Mobile phones. They are part and parcel of life now, I think, for most of us. Most of us have one, and most of us are spending a good chunk of our day on them. However, they are coming with a pandemic of a different kind, poor posture. I'm sure you've seen people, maybe it's just me, I'm observing people all the time, but you might be able to associate with people on their phones. They're looking down, maybe their shoulders are rounded, scrolling, reading whatever they need to do. And their posture is being sacrificed massively, and this can be contributing to headache, neck ache, shoulder pains, along with a load of other things. I've done videos before about posture and how there is so much more to it, with breathing, with stress response, all of those things. I've talked about that before. But we need to use our phones. So what can we do to encourage good posture? What positions can we use to look after our spine? So I want to give you a little alternative this evening. You can see that I'm in the squat position, and this is a really important position to be able to utilize. It's natural to the human frame to be able to squat. However, because of the way we're living life in the Western world, a lot of us are actually not able to squat anymore. Things have just gotten so tight within our hips and a lot of different areas in the body. It's just not an available position to us anymore, but it is good to try it and to practice it and to stretch out those muscles. So this is like one of those little kind of life hack things where we're stacking stuff on top of one another to get two things out of one, or multitask. So getting into the squat position first of all is really nice for juicing up those joints, your hips, your knees. Loads of stuff is getting some benefit out of this. And then you can get into this position, rest your elbows onto your thighs, and do your reading, do your scrolling, your updating from here. Now, of course, I could do it like this and have the same problem, be looking down, putting strain on my neck and shoulders, but it's just a super easy position to rest your elbows onto your thighs and just do your scrolling or whatever you're doing from here. So the phone is more at face level rather than you're looking down to the phone and rounding your shoulders and getting into that poor posture position. And then while you're here and we're multitasking, you can do a few stretches. So even just wriggling around in this position is really nice. But one nice stretch I like to do in this position is resting one hand onto the floor and then reaching up for the ceiling, taking a couple of deep breaths in and out in that position, swapping around, the other hand to the floor, reaching up. So that's a nice little rotation into the mid-back, and we need that. We're not getting so many movements throughout the day that bring rotation into the spine. So obviously you can go through that a lot slower than I've just done that, but it's just to give you an idea of how you can multitask these things and bring a little bit of mobility and flexibility into your body while you're updating your Instagram or whatever the case may be. It's just part and parcel of life now. So it's just to navigate it a little bit better and navigate it in a little bit of a healthier way. But then, you know, we're not going to spend all day like this. We'll come back to the chair at some point. So I'm going to give you a little suggestion for how to have better posture while scrolling or reading or watching or whatever you're doing while you're sitting in the chair. Okay, so we're back in the chair where we spend a good chunk of our time. You maybe tried the squat position for 30 seconds, or maybe you were fine for 10 or 15 minutes in that position. It is different for absolutely everybody, and you work within your own limitations. If it's available to you to stay in that position for a while, go for it. If it's a little bit trickier, spend less time in that position. Either way, we're going to be back in the chair, so you might benefit from this little suggestion. So when we're on the phone, What might be a familiar sight to you is being in this position, hand is resting on our lap, and we're just scrolling or watching or reading or whatever we're doing. But as you can see, my head is down, and your head weighs the same as like a bowling ball. So all these muscles in your neck and shoulders are working really hard to hold your head. So what's a little bit easier is to bring the phone up to head height. And what's a really nice easy position is to rest your hand across your body, rest your elbow on your hand, and just watch whatever you need to watch from here. Scroll, read, and just to spend a little bit of time in that position rather than constantly being in this position where you're looking down. And for some people, they might even round the shoulders and be more, I find that really uncomfortable to be in that position, but a lot of people will be like this, and they're so used to it that it's no problem for them. But as you can see, it's poor posture, and we really want to try and minimize time spent in poor posture and encourage good posture. So yeah, again, popping your hand across your tummy, resting your elbow onto your hand, and just bringing your phone up to face height, more or less, and trying that. So yeah, these are just little simple suggestions to encourage good posture, to encourage a healthy spine and a happy spine, and minimize headaches, neck ache, shoulder ache, all of those kind of things that can crop up from day to day and really interfere with our day. And if they're going on for a long time, they really start to become an issue for a lot of people. Okay, so a few little ideas for you there. Squatting, using your phone from there. While you're there, you can stretch out a little bit as well. And then when you're sitting, you can try that one as well. Okay, I hope you found that useful. And if you've got any feedback on that, absolutely, I'd love to hear it. And as always, work within your own availability. Don't force anything if it feels uncomfortable. Listen to your body. Okay, guys, take care and have a lovely day.